by some means possible.
That's a great point. And I have seen the Deputy CM also make some very insightful observations like these on credit. Now I can see where these insights were coming from. So when we were in a meeting, Prasanna and I were shocked by one of the, like positively shocked by one of the things he said about microfinance. And now I can see where his insights were coming from. Anyway, so moving on, I have one more question to KB. And then we can take questions from the audience if there are any. So there are, all these theses we have built around innovation that there are lots of calls and also some initiatives about the state acting as a venture capital. So state investing in some of these companies. Now, the counterpoint to that is that the state does not have the ability to pick winners. So the state should not be doing this. That is another view. I wanted to know what he feels like and what is the general policymaker's perspective on a proposal like this. And then I would actually also ask Prasanna if he has any view on this.
Yeah, thanks, Aditya. I mean, this is something, now we actually come down to nuts and bolts of what the Deputy CM and the Finance Department do, or the Planning Department deal with on a daily basis. Now the thing is, it's a great idea in practice, in principle for the state to be involved in venture capital. And by the way, it's been done all across. I think Abhijit Banerjee has written very eloquently about the SIBR, the small business, independent business something, SIBR of, companies like I think Symantec and I think one more very, very big companies have actually come from US government handouts in the form of incentives. They've started there. And you don't need to look that far. The entire pharma network of Hyderabad is originally built on the network laid down by IDPL. People like Dr. Reddy's and many other companies have come out from the network of both innovation, knowledge and capital, which was nurtured by IDPL. So I would have you know this, riddle me this. If government is really so inefficient, if government really can't get things done, and if government needs to step out of the way to get real productivity and innovation, I want to ask the audience a general answer. Who started Silicon Valley? I'm just a general answer. If anybody can answer, I'll be very happy. Who's the main reason for Silicon Valley starting? Anybody can venture a guess? There's this lady called Mariana Mazzucato, who's written really fantastically about this. Silicon Valley was not started by Shockley, by William Shockley, or for that matter, the Traitorous Eight, or the Intel initiative, which funded to actually store more. And that's further, you'll see that there's a history about SIBR. The other example, country in the world which is now called a startup nation. Per capita amount of startups in Israel is, and it started because in session I googled it as well. Innovative deep tech, or you say the state only gets a license fee 40 or 50% of his loss. Like he has been talking very sure that he wouldn't have said this if the loss. This is what they did in Israel, and understandable. The usual sense of being a Vinod Khosla. So what government can be seen to only standing room, my apologies. innovation network itself. In per RO, where they started funding, Ramakoti is behind it. Somebody has started at 10, 15 crores, 20 crores. I'll give you more than that. And it's gone. It's a model available for us if you want to look at venture.
Great. And I have one question for Parshuram. Do you capital or human capital? Your biggest bottleneck when you started? Which was bigger? There must be some.
It's human capital. As understanding of find people. And I was going to different universities. We don't have this incentivizing or someone saying that, okay, universities. Probably that's colleges were not their skills. As I said, for the core engineer, it is still a challenge because the
Okay, thanks. Last Prasanna, what Krishna Bhaskar support, how do you feel about that, and wrap up?
Yeah, I'll be quick on this. These non-tradables, how do you create these jobs? Happening is a lot of people are entering into degrees. Could go into BA, BCom, BSc. Now has to think about culture. Very valuable jobs, local jobs. People have a PhD, or we have. Then you can graduate, of course. The focus should be on that. And finally, on comment also, and there should be one principle though. While I a lot of innovation, including the internet, some market failure. That's where what the market failure is. If you don't, then it's you can go on. Innovation, I agree. Markets do not. Attempt should be to develop those markets. Governments don't earn anything. We have to have that sense also. I don't stand for. Of course, market interest of people, and governments will have to come. Are big market players themselves. understand market failures, government failures, to sit here and talk. People like you are on what seems to have worked throughout.
I would
Unless
like to add
there
one
are-
thing. You know, incentivizing the startups. If a policy can be placed around that, young engineers in the universities guys were going out of the country, and definitely I could see that there will be a huge
All right, firstly coming up is Mr. President's team ISB. Give a big round of applause, stating him and honoring him. Next, after this, all right.
Graviton.
Next is Mr. Parasuram Paka. Give a big graviton.
Then the Krishna Deputy CM.
We have Mr. Aditya. Tag treasures of Telangana. The tie and dye weaving embody them, the vibrant care. Gentlemen, time to honor our Deputy Vikramarka garu. Gattiga cheppalto, let's. I think we can shower some more. The Telangana, ladies and gentlemen. Minister of Finance. Vikramarka garu. Recognized art forms and the traditions alive. With that, in the hall 4, thank you so much, amazing audience. We look for a great huge round of applause as we manifest it for 2047. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated and comfortable at your places.